So the Eagles' schedule was released yesterday, and I think for me there was a few surprises on it. One, a lot of people expected to open up the season against Minnesota. It turned out to be Atlanta, which I'm fine with. Atlanta, I guess I would have preferred Minnesota, just because of the way things went down. When we played them in the NFC Championship game and how their fans reacted, and you know, not condoning the beer can throwing and all that stuff, but uh, man, the Minnesota fans, I think that whole thing was blown out a little bit more of proportion than it should have been. I think that uh, man, the level of butthurt coming from Minnesota was on another level that I have never seen before in my life. So, to me, and just like a lot of other Eagles fans, would have loved to have seen Minnesota come in on Thursday night to open up the season and have them watch us unveil that Super Bowl champion banner that we won in their house in Minnesota. So that's what we all would have loved, but it didn't happen. So we got Atlanta to open up the season, which is fine. I guess I'm okay with that. I don't really have a choice, right? But so that was a little surprise because a lot of people were expecting that, and it was actually well, I guess comes to find out that that's a false rumor that it was going to be Minnesota. Um, which is fine. It is what it is. It's Eagles football. We're going to be unveiling that Super Bowl champion banner, so I'm happy regardless with that. Um, there were two road games that I had to keep looking at the schedule, by the way, so I get it together. But anyway, there were two road games that I was eyeballing and wanting to go to. Three, actually. Not saying I would have gone to all three. Hopefully one out of them, or one out of the three. But Tampa Bay and Tennessee are the two games that I was hoping. One of those games I was hoping to go to, because they play Tampa in week 2 and then Tennessee in week 4. I don't think it's going to happen because just the timing of it, with stuff that I have planned. The Tampa game is or on September 6th. My wedding anniversary is September 5th. So I'll be watching that game from somewhere, but I'll be watching it. And depending on how that goes, it might go into the Tennessee week also in week 4. So I don't know if I don't know if I'll be able to go to that one. But and another thing that surprised me, I thought it was kind of disrespectful of the schedule makers, being the Super Bowl champions. 3 of the last 4 games of the season are on the road. Now, one thing that we've gotten used to seeing as Eagles fans is, like, the last, my gosh, I don't know, years, closing out the season, usually at home against Dallas. But that's not the case. We actually, week 17, close out the season at Washington. So 3 of the last 4 games of the season are on the road. The last home game, week 16, is against Houston. So we'll see how that goes. That's a little bit of a surprise for me, though. I do like the fact that the bye week is week 9, so right in the middle of the season. I do like that. The London game, that was one of the 3, by the way, that I was hoping to go to. So, Tennessee, Tampa, and then the game in London against Jacksonville, which still could be a possibility. I don't know. We'll see. But that's week 8. Week 8. And then 9:30 a.m. local time here will be the game. And then week 9 have the bye week, and then the week after in week 10, which I think for the home game I'm going to try to go to week 10, Sunday Night Football against Dallas. So that's a good little break, man, for the team. Having the bye week, and then the later game on on Sunday night. So that that's a nice little break right there. Um, that's really all I have to highlight. I think as far as the preseason goes, it is what it is. I mean, I think we're all going to enjoy, preseason or not, we're going to enjoy week 2 in the preseason when the Eagles go to New England. So I think that's probably going to be the most anticipated preseason game in Eagles history. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, I mean, to me, I mean, at first glance right now, so I have to look at it. But I mean, at first glance right now, I think the Rams, I mean, they're going to be our toughest opponent. Minnesota's going to be tough too. I mean, I'm not going to lie. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, Carolina coming to Philly. I think we should win that. They could be a tough team though. I think Torrey Smith coming back to Philly might have a little extra edge. Not that he has any reason to dislike it, and everything. It's just his former team. He wants to prove that, he was legit. So, I don't know. That could be some bulletin board material. So, we'll see. But, yeah, I mean, overall, I think it's a good schedule. Just kind of surprised at the back end of it. 3 of the last 4 are on the road. But, it is what it is. I'm not going to predict any record or have a record prediction right now for the Eagles because I think it's way too early. And honestly, it's not something that I did last year. So I am kind of superstitious. And I will say this now, a disclaimer. I am confident, even as of right now, I am confident of the ability that the Eagles can get back to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. During the whole 2 weeks after beating Minnesota and leading up to Super Bowl 52, that whole 2 weeks, I did everything I could to speak it into existence. And, not if the Eagles win, but when the Eagles win the Super Bowl. Just things like that. I did that for that entire 2 weeks. And I'm trying to get a head start on it for next year. So, what I did was, yes, I did book a hotel already in Atlanta for Super Bowl 53. That's not jumping the gun. That's not jumping the gun at all, in my opinion. I'm just trying to feed off of that momentum thing, speaking things into existence. This is a tough schedule. I mean, overall, we do play some good teams. All 5 NFC, other than the Eagles, all 5 NFC teams that were in the playoffs last year are on our schedule. And then we play teams like Jacksonville, who were AFC. They were not far from reaching the Super Bowl themselves and beating New England in the AFC Championship. They're a very good team. We play them in London. They're used to traveling to London every year. This is our first time ever going to London. Keep that in mind. We play Houston. Deshaun Watson, I mean, he has that team going, that offense. So by the end of the season, which we do play December 23rd, we'll see how they're doing, man. But I expect them to be a solid team next year. Playoff team, maybe. I don't know. Tennessee, they're an up-and-coming team. I mean, they're good. They're not horrible. So with that being said, yeah, I booked my hotel. I'm kind of trying to speak it into existence again. I'm trying to, get that and get it going. But with that being said, I do respect this schedule, and it's going to be tough. I'm not going to. I mean, this is a Super Bowl. This is a Super Bowl champion schedule right here. I mean, not to mention our divisional opponents. You know how that always goes. So, but again, on the road to Los Angeles against the Rams. I mean, it's a legit schedule, I think. So with that being said, man, I think we can get back to the Super Bowl next year. It's going to be tough. 13-3 like last year. I don't know. I'm not going to predict the record, but it's going to be tough. So we'll see. But Super Bowl 53. That's the goal. Super Bowl champion 53. Back to back. That is the goal. Nothing is above the repeat. Nothing is above the repeat, such as E-Rock would say. So anyway, that's my thoughts, my first thoughts and stuff on the schedule next year. It is what it is, man. So with that being said, draft is coming up. Can't wait to talk about that. I'll probably do a video after the draft is all over and see what happens. So anyway, that's it. Super Bowl 52 champions. Go Birds.